Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Issac Lawrence, and I'm here to teach you how to be a combat sports content creator. So tip number 1, be passionate. When I was in the music industry, man, it was a dog-eat-dog world. In the martial arts community, it's completely different. Everybody is very welcoming. The community is actually a lot smaller than people think. Everybody knows each other. They're just trying to help each other get to the next level, for the most part. Most of the photographers, videographers, media members, content creators, they're just like us. They're just super fans. And most of them are pretty friendly and will give you some tips and some advice. Tip number 2, shoot for free at local gyms. Sure enough, got some advice. First thing that they told me was, go to the gyms, try to reach out to different gyms, look up the local gyms in your area, and start shooting for free. Most gyms are so focused on teaching classes, preparing fighters for fights. If you offer your services for free, they're gonna take it, and that's exactly what I did. I went on to tapology.com, looked for gyms around my area, Googled gyms around my area, Muay Thai gyms, karate gyms, MMA gyms, boxing gyms, wrestling, anything that was around that I can offer my services to in order to just build my portfolio, build my relationships, and just continue to make content. Tip number 3, follow local fighters and collaborate with them. So my suggestion is to start with amateur fighters. A lot of these young, up-and-coming amateur fighters are passionate, hungry, and they would love to get photos. Not a lot of people message them and ask them to create content with them. So if you go ahead and DM them on Instagram, follow them, they'll be more than willing to collaborate with you. You can make some reels, TikTok videos, photos, anything to just continue to add to your portfolio and post on your social media so that people can start seeing what you're doing. Also, a great thing about amateur fighters, most of them are in gyms with professional athletes. A lot of these amateur fighters are actually training partners for these professional fighters that fight for local pro promotions. Tip number 4, go to the local shows and events. If you're not sure when or where there's a local show around you, my suggestion is to go on tapology.com and look in the event section. That's how I started learning about all the local shows in my area. So the reason why you want to go to the local shows is basically to network, to build relationships. Not only with the fighters, not only with the gyms, but you also want to build relationships with the people who work at these shows. If you start building relationships and friendships with some of the people that work there, it'll be a lot easier to get media pass, credentials, so that you can shoot content at the show and watch the show for free. After you start going to these local shows and you start familiarizing yourself with the promotions, the people that work there, the fighters, I would start messaging the promotions through Instagram, email, any way that you can get a hold of them. I would start messaging them and asking for a credential. Now, hopefully by this point, you have been out a few months shooting some of these local fighters on the scene. Hopefully some of the fighters that are actually going to be fighting on their promotion, you'll be more than likely to get a pass, especially if you worked with some of the fighters that fight on their promotion. So don't be afraid to DM them and ask for a media pass. The worst thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna say no. Still go to the show if you want to, buy a ticket, bring your camera, and still shoot. Tip number 5, and this might be the most important tip out of all of them, create content and consistently post. Fighters, promoters, gyms, they're way more likely to want to work with you if you're consistently posting great combat sports related content. Photos, videos, interviews, anything you want. As long as it's combat sports related and they see value from what you do, they'll be more than likely to want to work with you. And the reason why this is so important, outside of just getting your foot in the door, you need to build relationships with the community, with the fans, with the fighters, with the promoters, with the refs, officials, judges, everybody who is a part of this community. I'm telling you, it is so small. And as you become a part of it, make sure that you add value. If you're consistent and you're constantly putting out good work, I'm telling you, people are gonna message you, fighters, promoters, they're gonna wanna work with you. All right, guys, those are my 5 tips on how to become a combat sports content creator, photographer, videographer, media member, whatever. Those are my 5 tips. If I left out any tips, go ahead and comment them down below. Also, if you have any other questions for the next video, go ahead and comment it down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate you.